Back, and in this video we are going to start from a character which has no foot placement, such as the starter assets, and it does not have any IK stuff with it, and we're gonna use the package to get IK started from nothing. So right now you'll see, let's have a look. So looks like the camera isn't assigned. That's my own fault. I did not assign it. So now if you come to a place like this place right here, you'll see his foot going inside, and that is not something you would like. And then for the stairs, well, if you check these stairs out, let's just have a look at these stairs here. These stairs have a mesh collider, and they're not corrected either. So they are like this slope, they're like a slope. So that's why our character is just going like smooth on top of this. And it's of course digging in the stairs, which is not making any sense. So to start by adding the IK to our player, this character by Unity, what you have to do is quite simple. It's like a drag and drop integration. So just drag this script straight onto it, the object which has the animator, which means it has to have the animator. So some people actually have the armature as a child and the player as something else. So then you'll have to attach it to that armature, and then it must have humanoid. It must be a humanoid rig one. So before escape replacement can actually start working, you need to actually go here and enable the IK pass on the base layer. That's the one which is, I think, always best. Even if you have more layers, just select the base layer. So that's done. Now we have the script ready. So now what you do is just set the settings to the according ones. By default, many settings are already set for you. So you can see almost everything's done. The only things are left are this ground one. Now our previous video in the series actually shows how all the settings are done and how you can configure and change them to your needs. But I'm not gonna go over all the settings right now, except that we just need to set the correct layer. So default and ground are the layers. The rest is already alright. All the settings are pretty okay. We can see that the gizmos are drawn there in the center. When you press play, IK should be enabled and we shouldn't be seeing any bugs. So if we now run, you can see IK is on and the IK is working, except that now on slopes you can see, because the collider is a slope based one, you can see it's not helping a lot on stairs though. Even this one over here, all of them are slope based, which means to actually fix that, so now you could actually just select all of these, fix them quite easily. It's not a hard thing because the mesh is actually available in your starter assets area. So if you have a look here, they got two meshes. One is the one which is like the CL, that is the one which is convexed or slope based, which is for their capsule. But for our feet to actually start gliding, what we're gonna do is assign the mesh. But if you do that, you know what's gonna happen is the capsule is gonna become not so smooth. So usually, I mean, if you want to save time, you'll just change this, but a better option is to duplicate it and give it basically you give it you create a new one, and that one is the one which has your mesh, and you add a layer. So what you're gonna do is set this to ground layer instead of default, and you can set this to a character controller layer. By adding one more, you can say your controller layer. So now what you're gonna do is very simple. Just ask your controller layer, and you can actually just add a new one as well, the foot IK layer. Now this one, the stairs which has the actual mesh, do not enable convex of course, because I'll make it a slope based one again. No, we want to set this layer to IK. and the one with the slope one, that one can be set to the controller one. And secondly, you don't need to waste the energy of the system. Just delete the mesh collider and it's not the mesh collider, keep the mesh collider, remove these mesh renderers and the mesh filters. So hopefully now, well, not right now, you need to add the collision layer mask to this one. So make sure not to check this one, but this one for sure. And in the character controller, you need to exclude that layer. So go up here and say we do not, what's this anyway, we do not want the IK. That's the only one we'll exclude. So let's have a try at this one, see what we get. So let's run all the way there. Slow paced, and this is slow paced, all of this is slow paced. Here we can't even see our stairs, I'm not sure. That's because the culling is and oh well, yeah. So it's having a feeling like it's in the air when actually it's not even in the air. You can see. Well, that is because the third-person controller doesn't get this. So let me find the actual third-person controller. Here it is. Default. We actually want controller as well, and not only that, but we also want ground. And if you see their camera, it wasn't rendering that mesh because it doesn't have that. So first, let's get out of play mode and set these correctly done. So we can see we need to add this layer to it, the controller and the ground layer. They weren't added, and this is actually customly done by me. Just ignore that. The next thing that was supposed to be changed, we've seen that already. And yeah, the culling of camera, and it's not set to everything, but we set it to everything. I don't think we need to kick anything out, so hit the play button. And now if we check it, I have a feeling that nothing should go wrong, everything should go alright. Just climb on this non-slow base. We'll make that one also correctly done. Why can't you just climb on this? So there you are. So the controller is still just going through the slope, but the feet and pelvis are adjusting correctly. So what you can do now is to make this more smooth. You can change the body positioning and feet positioning, more slow speeds. You can see making those more slower help a lot. Making the body positioning even slower will give you more difference. So that is something you can adjust and get to your preferences. I'm gonna go with 0.2 and 0.5. So now let's actually just quickly make all these stairs of that type, so we have it all done dynamically. So just duplicate one, then you select the column one and change it to a mesh. Remove the mesh renderer and the mesh stuff. Then you can see that this one was set to foot IK, which means this one also foot IK only. This one is controller and this one is also controller. So that should give us another one done. Then the big stairs, the only one that's left now, that's here. This big cube over here, this stairs, duplicate that one, delete, no, sorry, remove the mesh renderer, mesh filter, and just pass in the correct mesh. Set it to foot IK, sorry, not controller, foot IK, and then on this one you can set it to a controller. And yeah, I think we did not need the layers, but it's okay, now they've created it. Let's hit play and try it out. So let's move all the way to the stairs, go towards it, so the slope is nice. And yep, you can see that the foot's going really nice and smooth. So that is looking like some high quality foot placement, but we can clearly see that it's not really doing what we expected. That's because this one is, it's just still a slope, and I'm not sure why it did not change. So sadly it's a different scenario in this case. This is these stairs, right? This mesh and this mesh. This is the mesh we need. Because we forgot to disable convex Just made it a. That was exactly what I was expected. If I enable convex, that's gonna happen. Now we should not have any more problems with all stairs unless I've made a mistake on another one. So let's go towards that stairs again. Let's go, come on. Yep. And we're going smoothly as always, as it was, and we're going smoothly downwards as well. And if you run, not much difference. There's no crouching, but you can jump. And jumping works as it was previously. Nothing's wrong with that either. So that's how you get it done from no IK to HK foot placement IK solution enabled. So that will be the end of this video. Make sure to subscribe, and the link is going to be in the description, available for anyone to purchase on the asset store, so you can get that. And see you in the next video.